Now, I've been using Jumbo Max grips now for just around a year, and I used to use normal mid-size grips. And the reason why I picked these up was to help this shot here, the left shot. So I would occasionally have my body slow down going through the golf ball, and a lot of this takeover, a lot of hand movement. Now, these grips are touted to calm that hand movement down. They're encouraging you to have less flip and rotation of that club face and to give you more body rotation going through the golf ball. So this is where I feel like these have absolutely helped with that, and I feel like these have also helped me pick up a little bit of distance as well. But what's the word I'm saying there? Feel. So that's where I'm going to go out and actually test this properly and see, is it just my swing has improved over the year, where I feel like the improvement has come from, or is it actually the grips? So we're going to play 9 holes with Jumbo Max, and we're going to play another set of 9 holes with normal mid-size grips, and then we're going to see the score. We're going to look at greens and regulation and how many times am I hitting the ball left in that round, and then we're going to come back here, look with our flight scope and see, is there any difference from the numbers between these two grips. Now let's get started. Jumbo Max, 9 holes. We're going to look at all of the full swings here, and we're also going to be looking at how many times am I pulling the golf ball and how many greens and regulation are we hitting, so we can see, have I actually made a tangible improvement over than what I feel? Because like I said in the intro, I feel like I've made a huge improvement with pulling the golf ball, which was one of my big faults since getting these grips, as we look at a pull shot happening right there. So that's really where, putting it side by side, when we're going to look at the normal grips after this for the 9 holes and measure it on a launch monitor, am I actually improving physically, or is it just a feeling? So absolutely, so far looking pretty good. Now this is my local golf club here in Ayrshire in Scotland. Very cold day on this round. It was around in Celsius 5 degrees. So pretty cold, and there was no warm up here, so straight onto tee, which is something that absolutely, for me traditionally, if I had normal size grips, I would be pulling the hell out of the golf ball. But not doing that so much here. Again, is that the grip, or is that my swing has just gone better over the last year or so? We'll find out. So another pull happening there. Now, one big thing that's going to happen on the shot after this is a bit of a downside that I found with my own golf swing with these grips. Whoa, now look at that. That has gone off the planet right. I will occasionally hit one of these. Now, I always hope it happens on the right hole to where I've got a shot, which we can see like right here. But the reason why that was for me is because I tilt the body sometimes a little bit too much to the right side in the downswing. Now, that opens up the club face. So if I'm not saving it from my hands, I'm going to hit the ball right. So with those grips, I can't quite save it. Now, does that bother me all too much? I mean, it does, but at the same time, it doesn't, because that's just an area I need to fix technically in my golf swing. But if I can take those left shots out of my game or a lot of the left shots, I'd say, out of my game, the pull shots, with the thick grips, then all the better, really. So, again, this isn't the perfect round of golf by any stretch of imagination. A full video of this is going to come out in a few weeks of this 9 holes. But for no warm-up, just going straight out there, absolutely fine. That's exactly what we're going to be doing with the normal grips. There'll be no warm-up again. It's right early in the morning, because this was the first tee time of the day. So that absolutely test is accurate and fair. But here we go. Not too bad for the 9 holes here with the Jumbo Max. So here we go. 2 days later, onto the golf course again with normal grips. So same thing, greens and regulation and pull shots will be measuring, and immediately a pull shot from the get-go. So again, no warm-up going up there. Now it is a couple degrees colder on this day, but you'll notice already I'm on a different part of the golf course. So I played the first hole, and then I went on to the back 9, because there was actually, surprisingly, a decent amount of people on the golf course for how early and how cold it was. So that's where bad weather doesn't affect the Scots. So going through the round here, I felt incredibly uncomfortable. So this where, of course, me playing with the Jumbo Max for a year, undoubtedly I'm going to feel uncomfortable with the more thinner grips. But really on how it was affecting my golf swing really surprised me. So that's where, of course, the round we just saw, I didn't play too badly at all for no warm-up. But here it felt like I was swinging like an octopus falling out of a tree. So that's where I really had to control my ball, and I had to fight that pull shot. As I was starting off the round, just letting the swing happen. But quite quickly I knew that, okay, that's not going to happen if I want to keep all the golf balls in my bag. So that's where I was really trying to feel like I was rotating a lot harder through the golf ball, really being conscious, almost like feels I would have when I'll be practicing, not necessarily shutting the brain off like I like to do when I go out on the golf course, maybe have a swing thought or two. But it was a battle the entire way round. As you can see, the pull count already getting up and barely any greens and regulations hits. Now this one doesn't look too bad on here, but this was the worst shot of the day. I really dead pulled that. It was awful. And this one here, God, this was a crazy pull shot. I mean, it was a little bit sitting down in the rough, only had an 8-iron, and it just popped straight out left. So really, really difficult. Club face control just felt tough. I felt like my swing was okay. Now, albeit, could I be swinging better? Yeah, sure. This one here, trying to go underneath the tree, and I don't do that. It hits the tree and comes down again. So, just as well, we're looking at just the full shots here. You can see even on the last hole, little par 3 here, push it out there. So let's get back on camera and talk about it some more. So as we can see, quite a difference there. Greens and regulation and shots going left, very, very different. Now, when I was playing with the Jumbo Max, was I just generally swinging better with that? I would say I was just generally having a better day swinging the golf club. But is that because of the Jumbo Max grip, or is it not? So let's hit 5 balls with a Jumbo Max and 5 balls with a normal mid-size grip and see the difference. So here we go, 5 shots with the Jumbo Max. Let's get to it. Let's look at accuracy and distance. So normal distance here with 8-iron is around 160 yards. That was a very good one to start off with 165. Very happy with that, and pretty straight as well. I would not say that most of them will go that far today with it being cold, but let's hit another one. So what I'm going to expect to see is just a fairly on the line kind of dispersion here. Maybe a little bit left at times, as that one felt definitely a little bit left. 153, so definitely not the best of swings, but that would still absolutely be hitting the green. That's just good. So that would probably be as far left as I'm, fingers crossed, go in this. So that's where I still have the capacity, as we could see, to pull the golf ball. That's where a video I made the other day about how I've really helped my pull shot. It's the main reason for it, but let's hit some more. That felt nice. 161. So that flight there, nice and compressed, staying down that little bit more. Absolutely, that's from that better body rotation. Now again, we're going to find out how much of that is the grip, or is it more just my swing improving. So another one. That felt nice. 158, close to 160, absolutely. Yep. Really good for today being quite cold. Now one more, but again, pretty nice and straight. That felt very good. 158.5 again, so okay. Definitely nice and straight. Every single one of them will be hitting the green. Good distance for the temperature, which for context is around 5 degrees Celsius. Looking nice. So let's hit the mid-size grip. So here we go, 5 shots with the mid-size grip. So this is actually my old set of clubs. Now they're all still perfectly fit for me, so there'll be no difference there in the actual how the club's built. So here we go, same intent of speed. Let's hit one. Now to me immediately the club feels heavier, which is something when I went and changed the grips over that I considerably could really felt quite quickly is how light it feels with the Jumbo Max. So that one, distance-wise, wasn't too bad. Now, pulled it quite considerably, as we can see there. So, again, is that distance like that just because of the pull? That's going to be missing the green, so it's not functional. Absolutely. So that one I just let go, and I'm going to do the same with the next one. I'm just going to let it happen. Felt straighter, that one. 152, that's going to hit the green. Absolutely. Again, another one. Let's have a go. So looking relatively similar so far. That's similar in distance. That one didn't feel quite as good, 153 or 143.1. Again, left, I'd say that most likely is missing the green. Now here we go. Let's see, fourth ball. That felt left. Now again, I would say that distance going from that club head speed was because I pulled the hell out of it. So let's, for the last ball here, try and hit this a little bit straighter. Like I was doing in that round, I couldn't help myself from doing it, is trying to straighten it up. So I'd really almost be having to manipulate this and work hard to be able to get this to go straighter. Now, if I got even improved my swing more, would I hit it straighter with these? Absolutely, yes. If I got more practice in, I would be able to. But why practice more with something when we can get something that can help us to get good mechanics and straighten out that ball flight out on the golf course immediately? Funky strike really on that. Again, absolutely hit it straighter. So again, if I have the feels of really getting good turn, getting that shaft lean in there, I can hit it straighter. But it does come with a cost, as we could see. That kind of real manipulation type of swing, that's gone 144. So definitely, as we can see out on the golf course and looking at the numbers here, I'm never going back to these type of grips. Now, again, there has to be a very good reason why I go back to these, because with the Jumbo Max, I'm immediately hitting the ball further and straighter. So again, could it just be, again, on these ones that I swung better with the Jumbo Max? Again, it could be, but that could be because of the grip. And I think this raises a really interesting point here, guys, is with golf, we don't all have massive amount of time to be able to practice. See, with my videos, I'm always talking about drills to get to practice, to get ultimately what we're talking about here, better movement going through the golf ball to help stabilize this and to help hit the ball further. But we can't all have a tremendous amount of time to practice. Me being, of course, golf coach, busy golf coach, but also making YouTube videos. I don't have the time to really go and practice. 15 minutes here and there in the net is all I really get. So if I can go and get my hands on something that immediately makes me move through the golf ball better and less rotation of the club face, why wouldn't I go and do that? So again, guys, I'm not affiliated with these at all. It was more an experiment of why I got these, to see would they really help my game. And we can see I absolutely have improved my game from these. I'd say largely probably due to practice, but who's to say that this hasn't increased my potential of performing good technique? So view it as something that will kind of give it a good addition to you moving better going through the golf ball. But we can see here, both on the golf course and on the simulator, definitely better. So if you enjoyed this video, click that like button. If you want more golf instruction, just like this, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button too, to be notified every time I put out a video.